Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope and Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson. Make sure you check out Rope and Dope Radio on blogtalkradio.com/Rope and Dope Radio. We had Fast Eddie Chambers on the show last week. We've also had a lot of prospects on the show, and we actually have Jorge Diaz on the show this week coming up. So make sure you check that out. Anyway, this is a prediction video for the Edwin Valero Antonio Demarco fight. Coming up February 6th, I believe, on Showtime. Should be a good fight. Let's start with Demarco. He's a good technician, really solid technician. He's got good movement. He's got a good jab. He mixes up his punches well. He's a good all-around fighter. He's a young guy, so he's got plenty to learn, but he's a really good fighter. For being such a great, I shouldn't say great, but a really solid technician and a good boxer that is smart and can move around, he tends to sometimes mix it up. So he can be hit. Obviously everybody can be hit, but usually when I say technician, it means all-around fighter, including defense. But in today's boxing, there's not a lot of good defensive fighters anyway. So I'm not taking that away from him, but defense isn't like one of his main strengths. Although he's got a nice high guard and in his movement, he stays on the move, so he's not there to be hit all day. I'm not saying that, but he can be hit. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, his movement and his jab and just his overall skills tend to keep him out of the way of huge damage. Now, Edwin Valero, 26-0 now with 26 knockouts? A knockout artist, good hand speed. Seems like he's got power in both punches. He does get sloppy, very, very sloppy in his last fight. Once he has you hurt, I will say this right away, may only take 2 minutes into the fight where he gets sloppy or 2 rounds or 4 rounds, but right away, he comes forward and it is, he comes somewhat slow, somewhat patient, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, he's not gonna move away from you, nothing like that, and defend himself, but he comes in somewhat patient. And then once he hits you with a good shot, and this could be in the 4th round or the 1st round, doesn't matter. But once he hits you with a good shot, then he comes and he really starts to flail his shots, and the chin is up in the air, and he does get sloppy. His last fight, he had the guy in the ropes, and it was really sloppy. He was landing some good punches, but also, missing on a lot and getting hit himself. So, we're going to see. This will be another nice little test for him. I think it's a really good test for him. I see Demarco giving him problems possibly early. Okay? This is boxing, so anything can happen. And I wouldn't be at home sitting here crazily surprised if he lost this fight and just got outboxed. Demarco can move. He's got a good jab. If he uses his skills properly, he could win this fight by outboxing him. No doubt about it. He would have to stay on the move most of the time, I believe, and just fight smart and be a good technician. And not getting too many exchanges at all if he can help it. And, clinch on the inside here and there. Valero, though, I could even see this. I could even see this, all right? I could see Valero losing the fight or in a really tight fight and then winning it by a knockout or a TKO just because he catches him with something big or finally knocks him down or hurts him or cut him, whatever the case may be. But I wouldn't doubt early on if Valero, everyone thinks, it's an action-packed fight because he's going to be in it, and I think it will be, but I wouldn't doubt if it takes a couple rounds or at least 1 to 2 rounds for it to become action-packed. I could see him taking his time. Also, not just that, I think Demarco may give him some minor problems for him to figure out as the fight goes on. But no matter what, I do have Valero by a late KO or going the distance. It wouldn't surprise me if he finally goes the distance, but it wouldn't surprise me if he knocked him out either, right? Dude's a knockout artist with power and fast hands. But like I said, he does get sloppy, so we'll see how this... It'll be interesting to see how well he adapts to a technician. That'll be interesting to see. But I think, like I said, even if he's losing the fight or if he's in a really tight fight, I think he'll pull it out either way. Anyway, so I got Edwin Valero, late TKO, KO, whatever, or by decision. I wouldn't say the KO is going to come before the 8th round. and on. That's just my opinion. Anyway, this has been the Rope-A-Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.